Last time on Create One Block, we started out our factory with a pretty simple factory gauge board that is so lame. We started building up a lot of our new farms and factories. We have a lot more to go in this episode, and kind of the big one is going to be our crafting setup. This setup uses 3 separate crafters just because it's overkill. It's not actually that helpful. And then we also build up a cobblestone generator and andesite farm that we use for our system and expand our factory gauge board 20-fold. I hope you enjoy. Okay. We're safe. Hello and welcome back to another episode of Create One Block. I'm gonna get off this before I fling into the abyss, but in the last episode we made this little thing. The skeleton is still up there from the time lapse that I made for the intro for our last episode. We made very beginning progress of our massive factory that will automate every single resource in the game, and then we ran out of factory gauges, so I kind of got stuck. But today we are going to continue working on this, and I think the first step is going to be automating factory gauges so we can make more factory gauges to automate more things with our factory gauges. And if that doesn't make any sense, you need to know that we're gonna make factory gauges. And I forget how do you spell precision? Like this. I'm actually so goated. And I think we first need to start off with making our factory gauges and fully automating all of those processes because I can't be bothered doing it myself anymore. I think the big thing is this thing, because it requires 4 items, it's a pain in the butt, and we can kind of automate some of this stuff. Like things like, what's it called? That's not the right thing. Things like cogwheels are easy. It's a shaft and planks. We have shafts right here, and planks are just logs, but different. Big cogs are just little cogs, and then nuggets are just small ingots. So we have everything. We just need to put it all together. And I guess pressed gold is something we don't have, but gold. Now we do. There we go. And this just comes from you. Okay, so let's get all of our factory gauge stuff in. I'm gonna put this way down here because it feels like a pretty late game item, and it is create 6 of 5-ish. So I suppose let's just do that. We're gonna put factory gauges here, and then precision mechanisms are used for quite a bit of things, so we're gonna put them up here. These are totally arbitrary. If you're following along, you don't need to follow me step by step. It's not that big of a deal. But let's see. In factory gauges, we need stock links and precision mechanisms. We have both of those. Stock links is transmitter and item volt. Transmitter sucks butt and is horrible. And then item volts are easy. Awesome sauce. Let's first get our factory gauge in here. So this is going to be you. You need this, which doesn't have anything on it yet. Then precision mechanism. There we go. This needs a precision mechanism and then something else in a crafting machine. We don't have crafting yet, so we're gonna get to that once we build our, what is this called? A factory board? Then we also need stock links, and these suck. Transmitter and an item volt. A transmitter, I'm gonna just see what, okay, it's only 3 things. That's actually not too bad. So let's get this first one. There's a redstone link. That requires a transmitter, which we don't have yet, and andesite casing. Oh, grab it. And then a display link, which is the same thing, but with a brass casing. Okay, we have those 3 there. It crosses over here. We might as well put it here. Transmitter, you require transmitter, so do you. And then this thing also requires item volts. So we can add over here spruce planks up on this top one, and then spruce slabs here. Spruce planks come from spruce, whatever these are called. And then slabs are the same. This is a 2-to-1, so we can do a stack for that. Set it to saw planks, and we are good on this front. Let's get, I don't have any spruce planks in our system. Okay, well, let's bump that up to 10 because we need some. And for these, let's do 5. Now we can get barrels. We don't have crafting yet, so it's gonna be not perfect. Barrels, easy crafting. We're gonna set this to crafter. We can then get in an item volt. I'm gonna put this here. That's pressed iron and a barrel. Do we have redstone? No redstone. Okay. Good thing we're making this. And then I think our transmitter just requires redstone. Perfect. And then we have copper. So we're gonna need copper sheets. That's gonna go here. That is there. Let's do a stack and a stack for pressing. So that's those 2 out of the way. And then we have lightning rods that also need crafting. I'll put those here as well. I feel like it fits the vibe. I say once this is set up properly, let's get to making the crafter. Since the quicker we do that, I honestly think the better we'll be. And I'll explain why in a little bit. But we now have our lightning rod, transmitter, our stock link should be good now. And now we just need our precision mechanism, which all requires things that we have. So the first thing is gonna be our gold. So I'm basing this off of the recipe here. So we need 1 gold sheet for every 5 cogwheels and 5 large crushing, large cogwheels and 5 iron nuggets. So if we do 10 gold sheets, we need 50 of these, 50 of these, 50 of these. So we can do 12 at a time. That's, I don't know what I was thinking, but we can do 12 at a time of those. We can set that to precision mechanism. And then we could do that for nuggets, and you need 60 of those. And then I'm gonna put our 2 cogwheels over in this area. I think right here and here. So small cogwheel first, large cogwheel second. And both of these are gonna be mixers with the same ingredients, just the large cogwheel using double the amount of planks. And I've now set those up, so small cogwheels are even, and then this one, half the amount of shafts, double the amount of planks for 32 of those. So we can hook those both up. We're gonna set both of those to 60. Oh, and something else that we could do is set their stack size. I'm gonna do 5 stacks and 5 stacks. I feel like I always need a bunch of these and I never have enough. And I'm kind of excited to see this work because I feel like maybe this is incorrect, but I feel like mixing these cogwheels is such a large step in the right direction of automation, because these are used for a ton of different things, including gearboxes and a bunch of other stuff. So having the ability to mix it is just so nice. But anyway, with our cogwheels set up now, we can kind of get started on automating our precision mechanisms, except for the fact that we need crafters. Well, I guess we can actually do these. These are set properly. Let's get a stack. Let's get a stack going. Am I crazy? Is that crazy to think? Maybe. For these, though, we do need crafters. So let's get crafters prepped up. And I guess while I resource gather, I will explain kind of why we need certain things to be the way they are. And I guess let's start with the amount of crafters that we need. So for automated crafters, you can only make them in a 9x9 grid. Can I? Oh, I can make 51. That is too many. I just need 24. There we go. And by 24, I totally mean 18. I don't know why I said 24. But for crafters, they need to be in a 3x3, not 9x9, 3x3 grid or 9 total. And I'm gonna do 2 sets of crafters. The reason we're doing 2 sets is because one crafter with a factory this big can and will get overloaded. So I've run into that quite a few times. We're also gonna need packagers and repackagers, which I somehow don't have, and probably belts and shafts. And one complaint that I have with the current system of stock tickers and stock keepers is that you can't copy over the config here of like filtering out all the different types of items that you have set up with attribute filters in your main area or base or storage system over to other satellite things. So I can't even do things like, oh, that's a chain. How would, actually, yeah, well, hold on. Chains, yes, and then I want create. So I can't do things like this where I new category, place this in create, and then see here everything sorted and create stuff. You can't copy over what I have over in my storage system over to here with a clipboard. It's not a thing. And create authors, I got beef. I got beef with that. I know you're working really hard. You have like 1 billion issues tickets set up, but like I can copy this or this. Like you see the white little outline around this? I can copy this filter to something else. But for the thing that I actually want to copy that would actually save me like 4 hours of time, because that's how long the other one took. Probably took like 25 minutes, not 4 hours. But you know what I'm saying? We can't copy these. So that's where the beef is coming from. Anyway, though, let's get started on building stuff. I'm thinking crafter is going to be right here, right in the middle. And I want to be able to see stuff happen. First off, we need an item vault that can hold all of our items. I'm going to have our output after crafting over on this side, our input from crafting, I guess in the item vault, and then dropped out over on this side. So let's make a 3x3. I think 2 wide is probably good enough. I am going to hope that it is. Sometimes it has not been. But then we can get in all the other stuff. So for us here, we're going to have a belt going all the way along here. And then I'm going to want a gap between all of our crafters. So first off, I've already messed this up and I'll explain why in a second. We're going to place in all of our crafters here, and then I'm going to need to remove all these item vaults so that I can get behind them. So the way you automate or connect crafters up to be automated is you right click these little gaps between them to turn them into one fluid crafter. The reason for this is because now we can, with just one funnel, input a bunch of items and it'll go into a thing. So even before, I think, Create 6.0, you could put in 9 iron ingots into a crafter that is right clicked like this, and it would make an iron block because it would put them in all the slots. Something I didn't know was even an option with crafters. So I guess that's good to know now that it doesn't matter. But then we're going to do the same thing over here. And unfortunately, as of right now, it only works with 3x3 crafters. I suspect a stretch goal for the Create devs is going to be doing it with bigger crafters to make crushing wheels and stuff, like just out of the box. But for now, that's not possible. So we're unfortunately not able to do anything about it. But what we can do is make specifically designed machines for creating crushing wheels that I haven't made in a video yet, but are relatively easy to figure out. And we might get to that later when we're making crushing wheels specifically. But for now, I don't think that's high on the to-do list, honestly. So let's connect up our input belt here. I'm gonna have a depot going here to stop our items from like just shooting out into the abyss. But we have our inputs going into each of the crafters here. I'm gonna get a repackager over on the side of our item vault. We can also extend this again, and then I'm just gonna block up if I'm able to. Yeah, block up here so that we can get in our frog ports, and yeah, we don't even need packagers. So this is going to be called Crafter, and same with your buddy right next to you. And then this repackager is going to then drop it out onto this belt to get picked up by these funnels into the crafters. So let's get the few other things that we need. So I should now have everything. I'm gonna place in a chute beneath our repackager to put it on our belt here, a lever on the side just so that it's powered all the time, and that'll drop items out here. Over here, we're gonna have a depot, and this is this side pretty much done. I am gonna thread through a shaft line that just goes all the way through, connects up to both of those. Those need to be going in opposite directions. I'm actually crazy. And of course, I don't have a gearbox. That's okay. Both of these crafters are pushing themselves out onto this belt already. We can place in our barrel, packager, and crafter output. That's just going to be sent only. And then I'm going to get a pulse timer in there. So gearbox in here to invert our rotation. Funnel going into this barrel. Block right here for our pulse doohickey to sit on. Set this to 10 seconds because I feel like crafting is real quick. And then we just need a block here. Our item volts? Would that work? That'd be kind of fun. Of course, the one time it pulses. Oh yeah, it totally does. Okay. Yeah, item volt will work. Is that everything? We need to power our belts. I was running away like we were done. We are nowhere near done. Okay, hold on. I might be super epic. I need to quickly get a chain conveyor, but if I can hook it up in a one spot that would work well, I will be so hype. And if I can hook it up here is mostly what I was thinking, and it goes the right way. Of course not. Everything goes backwards. Can I start yelling at whoever initially set up the rotation speed of the steam engines over there? I'd like to have a word, please. You're ruining my feng shui of the build. I have to add a gearbox on literally everything. I genuinely think every single thing has had an extra gearbox added to it. Gearbox? Oh, you're not powering nothing. You're there for the love of the game. All right, fair enough. Okay, connect it up. That's going this way. That's going that way. It's all working. Let's, you know what I'm saying? Might as well. All right, this is set to crafter, set to 1. Let's get a stack of these and see where they go and if it works. I don't really have any faith at all. So I think that's it. This package here. Is it? Okay. We should see it drop out into a crack. Chat, I'm the stupidest idiot in the world. My brain is inside out. No, wait, stop. No, hey. Hey, wait, no, hey. To fix this whole kerfuffle, all I had to do was scooch this belt back by 1 block, and then we have 7 lightning rods. Now we can turn on all the crafters for everything else, like I think barrels and item volts. So let's do 4 stacks of you, 8 stacks of barrels. Let's just do also 8 stacks of item volts because I'm having fun. I have still been requesting a stack of... I was saying I've still requested a stack of precision mechanisms, but they haven't arrived, and that is because I have not requested a stack of pressed gold. So that is now being sent off. We should see a bunch of these things start to turn green once they start working. So we have already 10 stacks of barrels. Now we just need to wait. Yeah, it looks like this is plenty fast enough for what we're able to craft at the moment. What is it crafting, actually? It looks like item volts, if I got that correct. Yeah, item volts, okay. Which is exactly what we're intending to craft, so that's good. Great, and it looks like everything else, except for these. Okay, yeah, 19 lightning rods, I think is probably close to at least 51. So we can reset that, it'll request more, and then this should also maybe be being sent out soon. Doesn't look like it just yet, but that doesn't mean it's not gonna. Okay, yeah, it looks like it's still waiting on our pressed gold. So while that's happening, I think we can make this. Yeah. Let's bump this up to a stack. Let's go crazy. Let's do 4 stacks. And then this thing, how do I make this? I think it's just an item vault. Yeah. So we can now connect up our item vault to this, set it to a crafter. Then we're gonna do the same thing with our other 2 just for consistency, and then we can start making these. I think everything's working, and it also looks like our crafters are not yet backed up, which is beautiful. If this ever becomes the case, we can easily add another crafter. We have enough room. And actually, while we're waiting for these to craft, I'm gonna just do that because I'm crazy and it's really cheap and affordable. Oh, and now we can see all of the packages. Why couldn't I say plural of package? All of the packages being sent just continuously over to our crafter. This is kind of what I wanted to see. I'm very happy that this is working as expected, and it honestly looks really cool. I think it's super fun, and I'm so happy that they made this a thing in the game, that you can automate more things. Because before it was physically possible, it just sucked to try to do. And now it is easy. I wouldn't necessarily consider this easy, but it's logistically possible for every item. And you don't need to continuously make new things. So that's what I'm considering easy. Okay, no worries, no worries, no worries. You're doing a good job, good work, keep going. And then we need a packager over here, you there. We got triple speed crafters. Oh, and honestly, we could probably expand this one or two more. There's no reason that I couldn't put a crafter in this spot right here. I would just need to figure out a way to connect up the sides of the crafter, since you need to do that from behind, I think. Yeah, you can see that it only shows up on the behind bits. So I would have to do something a little bit smart, but this, super easy, looks nice. You can see all the crafters. You can troubleshoot them if they're going wrong, and honestly, I doubt we're gonna need any more than this. This is already more than my brass factory in terms of crafters, and I mean, look how quickly it's keeping up. So, we're doing well. Oh, I thought something was going wrong. It does look like, though, our press isn't working as expected, and maybe I'm just crazy. I'm basing this off of the fact that our precision mechanisms have not been made yet, but that could just be I'm missing it, and I've gotten unlucky. But it also looks like for whatever reason our gold sheets are not getting pressed properly. I'm gonna reset these promises and then go chill by the pressing area real quick. I don't know where they could have gone, to be completely honest with you, but they must have gone somewhere, because they're no longer here. Okay, yeah, here's our gold. Should be sent out to storage. Let's quickly review what we have in our storage, because it may be possible that one of them is full or something, and it's causing issues. Oh, right, I forgot there's houses in the way. Yep, that's about what I expected. Okay, plenty of time has passed, so let's check out our automation, see how well we're coming along. Ooh, it looks like some things are green. We have green on our redstone links, it looks like. Yep, a stack of each of those. But now let's look at some other stuff. So, okay, so we have those being pressed. I am out of copper. Not crazy surprising. Not something a little AFKing won't fix. So let me quickly remove a little bit of our andesite crafting because we have too much of that, and AFK some of our tough and ingot generation so that hopefully everything will start working. A little bit more AFKing has happened and we have more green. Green is good. We're still having a big problem with copper though. We have literally 3 copper ingots. Our copper farm, tough farm way over there, is not producing nearly enough. We don't have enough andesite or enough diorite. And I think most of the reason why is because we were using half of the diorite to make more andesite. So I think for at least part of the rest of this video, let's make an andesite farm. And by the time this video is out, I have already released a video on making one that fits exactly 1 set of crushing wheels. So I don't think there's much that we need to do other than build that farm. In that farm, I have already situated the exact number of millstones that we need to crush gravel into flint for 1 set of crushing wheels, which is 65,000 items. So we should be good there. One thing that I have yet to do, and I just remembered that it's possible. So I'm using a schematic just to get a material checklist of everything that we need. And you want to know a beautiful thing about this new Create Mod update? If I give this material checklist made by the schematic cannon, so what I did, put the schematic down, throw this in here, boom, have the material checklist. Don't even need to look at it. It's not my problem. Give it to this idiot. It's going to request all the items for me. Magic. Absolute miracles happening over here in the 1 block world that we don't even have a floor, yet miracles are still being performed. Oh, don't send it out. Okay, well, it sent it out by accident. That's okay. We got most of the items. Let's redo that so that I don't accidentally send out items. Go back. We could do it again. Okay, miraculously, it has arrived. The reason I'm showing you this is partially because it's the most epic thing that I've ever seen in my life, and when I did it the first time, I had my jaw dropped for about 5 minutes. But the other thing is that you can see here we have 3 basins that we require, yet only 1 delivered to us. And that is because we're not automating basins with our new crafting machine. And I bet there's other things on this list like chutes. Oh, we actually have 25 of those. Cobblestone cog wheels, creative fluid tanks we can't get, crushing wheels we can't auto craft, depots, no chance we have 7 depots. Yeah, we only have 4 of those. It's because we're not making them over here. So what I'm gonna do quickly is just get a few more factory gauges, and oh, we automatically craft these as well. We have 307 precision mechanisms. That's because stuff was breaking and it kept requesting them. But let's get a stack of factory gauges because we're crazy. And anything that we don't have enough of here, let me set up an auto crafting thing for it so that when we do this again, we'll have most of the items that we need for it fully automatically. I'm not sure why some of the factory gauges came at different times, but that's fine, I guess. So yeah, let me throw in some of the other factory gauges, and then we can get to building out our andesite farm. And of course, I will walk you through it because it's actually kind of cool and smart looking. A little bit of factory gauge placing later. I've done a ton of these, but we're out of andesite, and also we don't have any cobblestone. So that's a flaw in my current design. But I think we do have everything now to build out our andesite farm, so let's get started on that. And I actually did this in 2 separate parts. The first part is setting up a cobblestone generator, and that's to power every single one of our farms that are ever gonna use cobblestone, just to have a standalone system for it, because we're gonna need a ton of cobblestone eventually anyway. This was a pretty simple one. If you want to learn how to build this, I have a tutorial on my channel, but it was fairly straightforward, except for the lava debacle, where I threw a lava bucket into lava. But we got our lava in, our water in, drills, connected them all up to power, and started making cobblestone. We then got onto our andesite farm, which was a little bit more complicated. We needed to combine all of the belts together, throw in some chutes, millstones to make flint, chutes on top of those millstones to shoot the gravel into the millstones to make flint. We then connected up a bunch of belts, a bunch of power, a bunch of pipes for lava, connected everything up, gave ourselves a storage output, connected it up to our main system, and then we are done. So let's get back to the world. My mic was muted that whole time. So instead you get a little time lapse, but we now have an andesite and cobblestone crafting system. I did this. I threw this gravel here. I was confused. I'm just gonna leave it there. We now have an andesite system as well as a massive cobblestone storage system. This thing is gonna go crazy. We're gonna have plenty of items in here. I don't actually know how many items you can fit in a andesite vault here, but as I was running away to go check out our factory gauge board, I remembered something cool that I need to show you off, because this is another great use for factory gauges. And it's right here. So we have our cobblestone input system, which is just this barrel, and we have a packager going into it. The beautiful thing about this is that this factory gauge is going to request up to 20 stacks of cobblestone, just so that we have plenty in here, from any cobblestone source in the game. For us, it's just right here, but this could be a million miles away on a train and it would request it. It would be epic. And the beautiful thing is it requests it to our cobblestone requester 1, which is this bad boy here. So whenever it needs a stack or more of things, it'll send a request over to here. This will send out some cobble, and this will get cobblestone delivered. So it's a really great system, a really great use of factory gauges. And if you would want this to be a standalone system, so for instance, if I didn't want this stock link hooked up to our main system and just wanted it connected to all of the farms that we're going to be building in this area, then I could just connect this up to this factory gauge, and it would still use our normal transportation methods to send all the packages over. So it's really brilliant, it's really great. While I was building this though, a lot of time has passed, and I'm guessing a lot of our things are now turning green. We're still low on copper, but we have all of the andesite alloy we need, 21 stacks. What is going on in here? I don't know. I suppose now we can actually start crafting these things. I'm just doing a stack of everything because I'm rich and can. But one thing we still haven't done is hook up our new, I guess, ingot and ore crafting machine mechanism way over there to our new andesite farm. We can also remove in our diorite farm any andesite processing and make that just a straight up diorite producing machine. The great thing about this is that we can also hook this up with some stock links and stuff and fully connect up our diorite into our main system here. So let's remove this and all of these things, which is kind of crazy. Put all of that into our item vault here. I guess that's fine. And maybe we also turn off this system for right now. We're going to be using our same factory gauge and stock link setup that we had over at our andesite farm. We can't really do that yet though, so let's remove all of you, and then I can shrink this back, put on a depot right here, and this is back to normal. We now have just diorite going in here. Should work great. Now we can remove this sign. I think I need to go get another stock port doohickey. Oh my god, I'm making a stack of these at a time. I love automation. Oh my god, it's so convenient. Ah, my pizza's ready. Hold on, I'll be back.
3 minutes starting now.
Thank you so much, Siri.
No problem.
Why are you so loud? My pizza's not done yet. But you know what is done? My stocklinks. Hurrah. I can't go that way. I don't have floor. That is the one difficulty about one block. Okay, we can throw in... Nope, we can't. I need to connect it to something. This is what I'm gonna do. Shoot. There we go. Okay. Stocklink configured. Let's connect it up to our boyo over here. We now have the ability to send out whatever we want, whenever we want, which means I guess it'll send out cobblestone for when things need cobblestone, which I guess is cool. And I guess that also means I can throw my cobblestone here and it'll do that for me. But what we now need to do is get a factory gauge over to our item vault over here, and I'm actually going to change this because this thing is a mess with 23,000 diorite in it. Oh boy. Yeah, there's no way to do this well. Oh yeah, there it is. Okay. Okay, this is fine. This is fine. Now, there should surely be enough diorite in there. What I'm gonna do, pray that I don't have any items. Forgot about that little tidbit. We can grab our factory stuff and a building block I'm using encase chain drives, and get our factory boy in here. Little froggy doohickey on top of it. There we go. This is going to be diorite requester 1, and that can be send and receive. I'm gonna put diorite over to the side of this thing in our factory gauge. I need to quickly yoink a bit of diorite. There we go. I'm gonna set this to, it wants 10 stacks. It has 349. Holy guacamole. Incredible. We can do the same thing over on this side. There should not be diorite here. This is a problem. I should probably go check on my pizza. It might be burning. We're gonna put andesite here. I need to find a way to get andesite. Oh, I know how. Haha. Tricked. This needs andesite. This I'm going to rename to Andesite Requester 1. And then we're going to set this to 10 stacks of andesite. This is going to send andesite to Andesite Requester 1. And then we should see andesite being requested. I think that's it. That's my guess. Andesite? No. Okay. That's fine, I guess. Oh! Oh! We have andesite! Andesite is being made. Diorite Requester needs to be sent to Diorite Requester 1. That thing is going to be plenty happy for a while, but we should see 2 things happening. First of all, we should see this thing will send out stuff. It looks like it will. I need to set up a threshold switch really quickly on this item vault so that it'll turn off the farm, because otherwise this is going to back up, causing our crafters to back up, causing everything to break. So I'm going to do that. You don't need to watch that. That part's simple. But we now have officially a tough farm that's going to work really, really well and is going to send stuff out way faster. I mean, this is full speed now, I think. It's at least going to be full speed for the very foreseeable future, since our andesite farm is easily going to be able to keep up. And our diorite farm is the slow one, but we have 20,000 diorite in the back burner. So this is going to work great for a very long time. I'm going to make a ton of copper, and I think in the next episode we're making a copper farm, because we're still never going to have enough of that. So that's gonna be the plan for next episode. I hope you enjoyed this video. Buy my merch if you want it. It's getting close to Christmas, so buy it as soon as you can. But that's going to do it for this one. Thank you all so much for watching. Have a good one.